Today my adventure begins right here in the small town of Burgbernheim, Germany, here in the Bavarian area. Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are in this small village here in Germany. This area means a lot to my wife because up until she was about 11 years old, this is where she grew up. So a lot of good memories here, you know, for her, and she always likes coming back and visiting. And so each trip we come to Germany, we always make our way over here to this area and kind of see how the village has changed over time. And something that I want to show you today, I want to show you this very old church right here behind us. It's the St. Johanniskirche. It was actually built, I think, about 800. Think about that for a minute. So it's been through a lot over the years. It has been in a fire before, and they've had to rebuild parts of it. There is a plaque down here that my wife is going to help us out a little bit today and translate what the language is saying on there, the German language. So that's what we're going to do. And then once we knock that out, we're going to actually come out here and I want to show you the graves and show you kind of how they differ here from Germany to the United States. I really like how their graveyards, how they do them over here. I really like it a lot. And then we're going to make our way up here to the top of the hill, and they have like a war memorial up there, and we're going to go up there, and there's always some really nice views. As you can see, the memorial is this little cylinder shaped building right here. We're going to make our way on up there and kind of check that out. And they also have some bells, some old bells that was here at the church years ago, which I think they ended up cracking, or they didn't work anymore, so they've taken them down, and some of the original bells are over here on the left hand side of the graveyard, and we're going to check them out too. So if you're ready, I'm ready, my friends. Let's get started. All right, here friends, here is a plaque here at the church, and my wife's going to translate this for us, what this means.
Okay, this is St. Johanniskirche. It was built in the 700s. It was destroyed in the year 800, and then it was another church was kind of built in 1102, but the church tower was built in the 1200s, and then, you know, some other things here, but it was renovated to what it is today between 1967 and 1971, even though I think since then they have done some interior work and a little exterior. You can see the walls here look a little bit newer. They did that about 7 to 10 years ago.
All right, this thing is magnificent. I think this church is so beautiful. Look at the door right here.
You can actually
check out look at the door handle there, or door knocker. Boom, boom, boom. Like a snake. All right, here we are on the inside of the church. Multi-tiered levels. Check that out up there. I wonder if that's where the preacher or priest, if he just walks up here and talks on the microphone. He's got like a dove inlaid right there, where he can look out at everyone. Look at the big organs, pipes up there in the very top. Yeah, stained glass windows, very beautiful. All right, I just wanted to come inside and just show you guys what it looked like, you know, inside of one of these really, really old churches. All right, since my wife kind of told us a little bit of history about this big church, this is awesome, and took you inside and let you look around a little bit. Now we're going to go look at the bells, the original bells that was on the church for so many years until they cracked, I guess, and stopped working. Kind of makes you remind you of the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia a little bit, how they got them set up here. except they don't have no security around them. But we just want to go right down this pathway right here, and this is actually the driveway that we drove up to get up here, and right here's where they set the old bales. And they're big too. Look at that one down here on the ground. We go look at it first. I remember the first time my wife brought me up here to see all this stuff. I was amazed at the sheer size of the bales. You know, I mean, these things are just monstrous. I mean, these big old bolts is like big as my hand, you know. That is so wild looking. But yeah, when you drive up this driveway right here, we came from this direction, right around this spire. You know, I loved all the architecture here in Germany. Everything looks so cool. A lot of the old stuff. And you know, not to get off subject because we're here to see these bales and stuff, but it always amazes me when you see how they built their walls. Like these brown lines that you're seeing, that's wood. You know, they in some of the towns, the wood is curved. I mean, how they used to design things, you know, in Germany is amazing. And the stuff makes it. It works. It like stands the test of time. Some of this stuff is hundreds of years old, and it's still great. You know, it's not falling apart. You think, should we ever like go back the way they used to build stuff? I mean, it's kind of funny this day and time, especially when you buy an air conditioning unit at your house. We have all this technology now that we didn't have hundreds of years ago. And it could be an air condition, it might be a washer and dryer, whatever. Think about it. Stuff don't last as long as they did 30 years ago. You know, and my mom's got a refrigerator that was like 30 some years old before she replaced it. And then she bought a new one. And then like, I don't know, 10 years later, it started giving all kind of problems and stuff. So yeah, we as a society all around the world, I don't think we build stuff as good as we used to. That's the whole moral of my story right here. But here's the other bales. I don't really know if all four messed up at once. I have no clue. But this is some of the bales from back in the day. This in here actually has a date on it, 1919. So I'm thinking that's probably the time period that these bales, I thought it was original, but obviously it was not. But these bales are still old. I mean, 1919, it was, you know, 100 years ago. So it was a long time ago, just the same. But yeah, pretty cool. Check out this tower. You have this little entrance over here. I got like some ivy looking stuff growing. There's a doorway. And look at that up in there. Can you see it? Man. There's so many cool places to just investigate here and around town. Alright, so this is the bales. Now I'm going to go up and show you in and around the burial sites and show you how it works and how I think it is quite a bit different compared to a US. You'll see the graves, you'll see a pretty big difference. Alright, here is the area. I think these are probably some of the most beautiful graves I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they were really beautiful. Kind of how it works here in Germany is, so my wife was telling me they don't really embalm here like they do back in the United States, okay? So whatever you put in the ground, you know, will turn back to dust over time. And so you do these like 20-year contracts more or less, where you're renting the plots and you take care of them. The family takes care of them. They put flowers on them. We do flowers back in the States for the most part. I know certain cities are going to do stuff different or whatever, but for the most part in the country, like where I'm from, North Carolina area, you know, people like my dad is no longer with us, and I go to his grave every so often, and I put some kind of flowers on it in a vase or something like that. Birthday, Christmas, things like that, Father's Day. Take a moment to like talk to him and just, you know, get some stuff off your chest. I think it's good to even have a relationship with your parents even after they're gone. Okay, so this is what the graves look like here. You see how it is. It's like, you know, it's very beautiful. The families put multiple flowers. It is like a decoration, an assortment of flowers to celebrate the life of your loved ones. And they actually have these, you know, these watering buckets over here. And normally what'll happen, you'll fill up your bucket, you will go take care of your plot, water it, you know, kind of take care of it, get weeds out, things like that. And then when you're done watering, you know, some people will actually fill it up for the next person when the next family comes or whatever to take care of it. So after 20 years, if there's no one left in the family to take care of the plot, you would not pay for it, right? Just as a 20-year contract. So once that happens, you notice as we look up through here, you will see certain bare areas, and that's probably what happened. This one here is very grown up. You can see the headstone, but there's like nobody has taken care of this in a really long time. Now the family could still be, you know, paying the fee or renewing the contract, and just they don't have time to come here and, you know, take care of it. Or this contract could be in the position of running out and nobody's just been here in a while. You know, maybe they moved away, or God forbid they passed away. The caretaker is gone, and maybe that's why, you know, the grave looks like this. So it's a very, very interesting way to do it. And, you know, my wife, I asked her, you know, one of my big questions was, when I was kind of wrapping my brain around how it works here compared to how it is in the US, is like, fine, like once the 20 years has run out, like what happens? And she's like, that's when she told me, like, that's why you see some bare places like we have right over here. And so they would actually come in, another family might rent this plot where somebody used to be buried. Over that much time, there's not going to be much left in the ground of the body. Sometimes she told me when they do dig up to bury somebody new, you might come across a bone or two. That's just kind of part of it. But yeah, that's kind of how it works here in Germany. And you know, it's quite a bit different than what at least I'm accustomed to, you know, throughout my life, and what I'm knowing how burial happens in the US. When you buy a plot of land in a cemetery, at least it was for my dad, you know, it's yours, you know, but we embalm and everything else and put them in vaults and bury them in the ground, and they're there for I don't know how long, you know, you just never know. But that's the large difference. But I do want to kind of walk around as we make our way to the top and just show you some of the headstones and the graves, the flowers. It's beautiful. It really is. And right here's another one. This here was in 2021. Very nicely like manicured. It's like a garden you would have at home. That's what it reminds me of. It's not like, you know, a vase of flowers. It's like little trees that they trim and sculpt, and shrubbery and stuff like that, you know. You see a lot of stuff like that out here in these old graveyards. You see some crosses. And you know, not all of them is all, you know, flowers and plants and stuff. Some of them just looks like this. You know, it's almost like it's got a plate, granite plate across the top of it with some writing as the bell was starting to chime. Let me see what time it is. It is 4:30, so that was the 4:30 strike. So yeah, as I was saying, that there just has like a cross on it and the name of the deceased that's inside. And this one here is almost like a half and half version of the same, you know, design or whatever. That one down there a little bit different. The middle of it's cut out and they got like one plant in the middle maybe. But everybody has their a different style going, you know. I know one thing with all these beautiful flowers out here, you will see a lot of bees. The bees are loving it with all these flowers. I've been battling bees the last couple days for this trip. It seems like any time I go out and eat and I have my drink out, here comes a bee. Bee loves me. I've not gotten stung though, that's good. But oh man, check that out. Now this one is much different because it doesn't have any kind of border going around where the flowers and stuff. It's just like a mound of like mulchy black dirt, like topsoil looking. And then look at this. It's got like some hands holding a heart. You got a little angel right there and a lantern that they can light up. Alright, so now we're going to walk up. We come up here. This is another tier, another level. As you can see how they just got graves lined through there. Different elevations. There are quite a few stairs as you make your way up to the memorial area, the war memorial. Can't wait to get up there and show you that. So as we've made it up a couple flights now, you can see all the way across the graveyard on the wall. You can see more water pitchers hanging. Every so little bit, there's another one right on the other side of that. See the green pictures right there's two more. So yeah, they have them kind of spread out up through there. I really like this one right here. I like that purple, and it's got like a couple angels sitting right in the middle of it on the rocks. And then right here we have a bench where you can come and just sit and really check out an awesome view up here. All right, we just came up the hill here. I've crossed through this gate, and now I have made my way up here to this structure. And this here is the war memorial for the town of Burgbernheim. And this is pretty much for all the soldiers that was in World War I and World War II. They actually built this monument in I think 1925. But this also is a remembrance spot for the fallen from World War I and World War II. They actually have this soldier here with the helmet on. This is the doorway. And my wife was telling me that I guess once a year during their Memorial Day, not the US, but their Memorial Day here, they actually light the top of it. I guess there's like a ring around the top of the memorial, and it will be burning. It will be on fire. Okay, so, and they have an event here, that day from like remembering and things like that. And then there's other holidays throughout the year from time to time where this beautiful manicured like grass area right here, they will have like get-togethers. They will show movies, and they will actually unlock the door and allow you to enter and go up in it, where you can kind of look out these like little slit holes, little peek holes right here. So really, really cool. And the thing I like about it up here, it is so beautiful and just peaceful. And I really like this. These chairs that they have look like a lot of fun, because they did not have them here last time I was here. So, and we're going to go over there and check them out and just see if they're very comfortable. But when you're up here on this hilltop and you just look at the land, if you've never been to Germany before, and this is what it looks like. I mean, just look at the countryside. I don't think a lot of people realizes like how the towns are so nestled together, and then the just farmland as far as your eye can see. And this is it. And I just think this is one of the most beautiful places that I've ever visited up here on this hilltop. I look forward to checking this place out. and walking up here, you know. There's just something about it that I just love. And I'm glad I'm sharing it with you guys now. Just where you can, I just like sharing what I do, where I go. I just think it's just so cool to come here and just take it all in. All right, I had to make my way over here to this and check this out. Just come over here and just relax. See how comfortable it is, I guess. I might could rest here. I mean, it is wood. It is wood. You just sit out here and just get you some sun, even though you're not going to get much this time of day because the sun's behind us. But it feels very, very relaxing right here right now. I don't know if this is what I would call comfortable. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I can fall asleep about anywhere. I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, good gracious, when I grew up, I used to fall asleep. Fishing, we would camp out. I don't even think we ever used a tent, you know, just slept wherever. It's crazy. Kids today, I don't think they do that type of stuff. I don't know if they're smarter or what, but I tell some of the young people that today, and they're like, get out of here. You didn't use no sleeping bag or nothing? I'm like, nah, not really. Not in the country land that I grew up in. We was outdoors people, that's for sure. So I could definitely probably take a nap right there. That helicopter out there in the distance. They actually have a U.S. I think the U.S. Army base is just really, really close by here, and that's probably where that's headed to. All right, my friends, that will pretty much do it for me today. I just wanted to give you a little quick look at the graveyards here in Germany, the World War Memorial. It's a really amazing view up here above the town. Really awesome place, you know, absolutely stunning and beautiful. And I just wanted to share a little bit of kind of a culture difference of how deceased are, you know, buried here and things like that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing. I do all sorts of traveling, things like that. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up and put any comments down below. Any questions you might have, me or my wife will try to answer them to the best of our ability. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in our next adventure. Y'all stay safe out there. I hope to see you again soon. What you say? One last pretty view.